Look at that. Back to the trailhead. I got a couple hikers from the Notch Hostel to give me a ride this morning. It was awesome. Everybody there was so nice. That was a good stay. But it seems like I've just been like running into people who are sick. Like it sounded like a couple people there had coughs and stuff, and then there's a couple hikers I ran into with coughs. And then I got a stuffy nose this morning. Dude, I just got over a cold. I don't want another one. So, yeah, I don't know. I just hope I don't get anything from being around people. I just need to live in the woods and quarantine myself so I don't get sick again. That last cold took freaking 2 weeks to get over. And I can just feel it in the back of my nose right now, so I hope I don't get another one. But the Notch was a great stay. Yeah, working the way back to trail. Also today, so what's in the books is I'm gonna go up and over Kinsman Mountain, north and south of Kinsman, and then it looks like it's gonna rain on and off today, just like sprinkling, but then tonight it's supposed to be a big rainstorm. So there's a shelter before Kinsman and a shelter after. Unless something crazy is happening on trail, I think I'll make it to the one after. And then I can be in that shelter during the big rainstorm and just try to wait that out. I imagine the trail conditions up the Kinsmans is packed down because a lot of people have done it, but then after I go over all that stretch to the next road crossing, I don't think anybody's touched, and so that will be post hole central probably. So I got 3 days of food for this stretch if it's really heinous out there and I'm doing 5 miles a day afterwards. The other thing is, on the way up Kinsman, supposedly, sorry I'm winded, I'm out of shape, walking a slight incline and talking too much. Supposedly there's a couple water crossings that are pretty sketch going up Kinsman. I've had multiple people tell me that it's like waist high water that people have not been able to get around. So, or I don't know if they weren't able to get around it or that they just fell in, but there's like a story of some people just recently showing up to the trailhead soaking wet. So who knows? I might have to do a wet water crossing, or I'll just get to it and then I'll just hike up and down the water until I can find a way across, find a log or something. So, yep, that's what I got. Look at that boulder. Look at that boulder, dude. Ooh. Here we go. There's that bridge that I got off at last time, and we're on trail. It's sprinkling a little bit. Hopefully that stops. Is this good for the snowshoes? One more bridge. If I was going to sleep under a bridge, it would be this one, not the last one. This is a better bridge to sleep under. However, looks like the trail turns into a little bit of a stream when there's water, so maybe not a great bridge to sleep under. God, you can see how freaking dirty the road makes this. Just look at all this black bullshit that gets dumped by the road. Nasty. Alright, so this is where I could possibly be going for a swim. Let's just think light thoughts. Snow bridge, shit ton of water. Yeah, what can you do? I don't know, fuck it. Alright, I made it across, kinda, but I had to bail. If you watch the trail of people keeps going there, but can you see that little pocket right there? And then this is just snow right on top of water. So I would definitely have punched through if I continued on those tracks, but I'm just gonna freaking skirt up through the woods and then go over to the trail. Alright, one water crossing done. Woo. Kind of mushy trail, but it's not too bad. I'm almost at this, I think it's called Cascade Brook, that everybody was saying was so crazy to cross, so I'm pretty curious what this thing looks like. Alright, so here it is, Cascade Brook. I wonder what I'm stepping on right now. It's flowing up there, so I'm on top of water right now. Okay. Yeah, this thing is rushing. Alright. We're gonna head up this way. I'm going towards these trees. Because hopefully I'm on like a bunch of stuff right now. It feels like I am. So I'm not gonna break through just yet. Okay, a little calmer up here, that's good. Boom, there's my ticket. Right here, rock, 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 rock. Across. I think I can do that. Maybe? I'm gonna look around a little bit and I will check back in. I don't know if I want to risk this or not. There's a bridge right there that connects onto this, and I just have to jump over that guy. There's an overhang there though. So maybe test that. Maybe jump over this right here. And once I get onto this ice island, then I can get across. There's a split in there though. Will be interesting. Alright, I made the leap, but as you can tell when I jumped, my foot collapsed. But hey, I had enough speed, so I made it. Hike up to this tree, and then right down from there, there's... That could have gone wrong really fast. But we made it, so I guess that's all that counts. Yeah, this thing is gushing. We're on. I'm pumped about that. On the other side. Cool. Ta-da! Quick bushwhack and we're back on trail, man. Wow, what a cool view. Lonesome Lake Hut. Alright, now it begins. Heading up Kinsman. It started raining on me a little bit. Trail's been pretty good, but every now and then you fall into little post holes like that. It's wild. It's been so hot these last couple days that there's just so much snow melting in the mountains that every day I feel like I'm in like way different mountains. Like, look at this. All these trees, the bases of the trees are all exposed. The forest smells different, feels different. There's so many more colors. Like these browns and reds and greens. It almost feels like I'm wearing like not what you know, like when you put your phone in like redshift mode when you go to bed, so you don't have blue light in your eyes. It feels like that. It feels like the mountains have entered redshift mode. It's cool. But then there's all these like waters running underneath this. So all those little bridges are possibilities of collapse. But surprisingly, I'm doing pretty good staying on snow right now. I imagine on the other side of the Kinsmans it's not like this. I don't really think people hike that. So I'll be post holing on the other side probably. Unless it's all melted. That'd be awesome. I doubt it. Yeah, dude. Supposed to get like 50 today. Hopefully I can get to the shelter and then the skies just open up and it pours down a bunch of 50-degree rain and melts a bunch more snow. It's raining right now. Look at all this stuff you gotta go over, like this gushing waterfall. Had to go over that bridge. Still making my way up Kinsman. Getting just smashed with these like little sporadic rainstorms. Fog's rolling in. Yep. Slowly but surely getting up there. I think we're gonna have a pretty windy and cloudy summit. But I was able to get reception and look at the forecast. It looks like the rain is done until tonight, so hopefully I don't get poured on up here. But we will see. All that can change. I got my rain mitts on. It's hard to use my hands. It's gonna be windy up here. It's always nice to go above tree line after you just got wet from the rain. Ooh, it's cool though. don't know if you can tell, maybe you can hear it or not. Super fucking windy up here. This is gonna be a fun little jaunt over tree line. I think it might be like a mile. So it'll be interesting. Alright, North Kinsman. Just a little bit windy. 0.9 to south. I didn't look at the I thought this was all above tree line. So I think south is above tree line. But for now, even though it's windy, I'm not just getting straight blasted in the face. So that's good. Alright, South Kinsman. I really thought the wind was going to be way worse. I was completely sheltered from it on the whole way up here, and it's not even bad up here. I've been up this mountain twice. How did I forget that neither of these... I thought they were freaking... I thought this was all above tree line. Dude, I got the worst memory of all time. But now we're heading down. Cool beans. Not as many people hike this down, so this is where I'm going to start punching through, I bet. Going down Kinsman. I'm 2 miles from the shelter at the base of it. No one has hiked this, so just post holing down. This isn't too bad right here, but I just dropped the camera, caught it midair because I'm an athlete. But good thing I budgeted. Good thing I budgeted 3 days of food for this section, because I think I'm back on the 5 miles a day speed through this section until the road, because I have a feeling I'm gonna be post holing all of it. But maybe the rain tonight will melt a bunch of the snow. Who knows? God, that looks really cool. This lake is green. Huh. It's funny. In the trees, I was post holing out the wazoo, but not in the trees, in the sun. Watch, I'm gonna fucking post hole right now as I'm saying this. I'm not post holing. Maybe because the snow just melts so fast, it's more compact. But yeah, dude, nasty like doo-doo green lake there. Alright. Where does the trail go? Maybe that way. Just tried to take a little shortcut because there are like some trees and then those are the blazes and it goes down. And so I was going to do this. Well, freaking slid down this. Turns out there's like a waterfall underneath the water. And so I got stuck because as I slid down, both feet got stuck. And this damn waterfall is just funneling water into my butt crack. I don't know how wet it is, but dude, that sucked. At least I got a clean butt now. I was stuck there and I was like trying to get out. And I'm like, why do I feel so wet? And I'm like, oh no! Getting my butt crack flooded with freezing cold water. I gotta make my way through all this. My shortcut fucking sucked. Horrible idea. And now, you know, because of this waterfall, I can only imagine all of this is just a floodplain underneath the water that I'm going to slowly be post-holing into, which will be great. Alright, now I just follow this for a mile all the way back to the shelter. But dude, that little stretch right before I crossed this, I don't know what was up with that snow, if I was like off trail a little bit, but I fell into a couple tree wells that were like, you know, chest high. Like one leg, I was just breaking through tree wells all over the place, getting trapped. So I'm kind of happy to be next to this water right now, so I can kind of, as I said that, now I'm like, where the heck does the trail go? This is definitely it. Does it just skirt right next to the water real quick and then come back in? It might. But yeah, just post holing. It's not too bad, but it's really slow going, you know. This last mile will probably take me probably, I don't know, maybe 2 hours. Look at this. Shows you how deep this snow is. But yeah, just slow going. It's supposed to be 50 degrees tonight, so it keeps on heating up through the night as it rains. Gets like 50 degrees at, I didn't see the time, but maybe like 3 or 4 a.m. and then starts to quickly drop. And then tomorrow it's like falling to 20 by the end of the day. But come on, 50-degree rain. I hope it just dumps a crazy amount of rain and melts all this snow. That'd be nice. This stream, river, there's waterfalls on it, whatever, it's beautiful. I'm having a lot of fun in the forest right now. Just as it warms up, everything just feels more alive right now. I've kind of just been in this sterile Arctic bit. It's just nice to have some color in my life right now. Isn't that pretty? Come on. It's just me and the stream and no one else for the rest of the day. And I'm pretty stoked about that. I get to be selfish and have it all to myself. Alright. I'll end it with you getting a little gander. Woo! Woo! Yo, look how pretty this is. Ooh. Beautiful. This is so cool, just like seeing how this stream, river, I don't even know what you would call it. I could probably find it on the map if it's classified as either of those. But just how it's cut through. And it makes it seem even more like extreme, like how it's cut through when you like get to see all the snow on the sides of it and stuff. This is a lot of fun hiking next to this. I don't mind that I'm going slow as shit. And then like the trail like goes away from it for a second and then it'll go right back to it. So I get a tiny break, I start to miss it, and then boom, I get to see it again. Pretty nice. I am really hungry though, and I just made like a freaking stupid mistake. And I've got goldfish and I've got sun chips, but they're both in my food bag. And my food bag's at like the bottom of my pack. So I'll get to camp if I break into those. The only food I've got in my waist belt right now is a Gatorade protein bar. Yeah. Dude, I want goldfish. Look at it. We're coming back. Okay. Look at it. You can just see it cutting through. How cool. I ate the Gatorade bar. I got 20 grams of protein, dude. I'm gonna get huge. The shelter is just, I think it's like right over there. It's just across this, but that waterfall I've been following trickles down into this brook here. It's shallow, but gosh, I don't know how I'm getting over this. This will be interesting. I have no clue how I made that one successfully. I don't know if you can tell my track. B B B B B B B B B B B. I got to here, and then that whole ledge broke on me. I mean, the whole time, the entire ice sheet was cracking underneath me. Let me make sure I'm up above the water before I get too cocky. Yeah, the whole ice sheet was cracking underneath me. I was punching my trekking pole through. It was less than a foot thick. I got super lucky on that one. I kind of just I went upstream, I went downstream, I was looking around, and surprisingly that was the best looking crossing up and down. Look at that, Eliza Brook Shelter. But that was the best looking crossing for, you know, as far as I walked up and down. So I was just like, screw it, it's gonna be warm tonight. It is relatively shallow right there, maybe a foot of water, so I was just willing to risk my my shoes and socks and gaiters and pants getting wet if I broke through. I was kind of just like, screw it, I'm ready to get to camp. So I should really fill up on water before I head to the shelter. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Alright, I'm gonna go do that. But yeah, made it to the shelter. It's right up there. Alright, I made it to Eliza Brook. Got the place to myself like normal because I'm a spoiled little brat. But I'm just gonna say this. Dude, can you see the you can't. Up there, up the hill is the privy. You know how hard it is to hike uphill when you have to poop? When you bend the knee, like try to clench and then bend your knee. Like just do it with me right now. Clench, bend your knee. It's an automatic release valve. Like, dude. And I'm like on a schedule right now. Like I get up and pretty immediately I gotta poop. So I just hope it's not too urgent tomorrow, because the whole having to go uphill to go poop, that's 75 knee bends right there. That's 75 times where my clench game has got to be on point, or else I'm pooping my pants again. which would be a real bummer because I just did laundry. I'm clean. I'd rather not do that. So, my only gripe about this spot, privy uphill, kind of a bummer. All right, got my water. Got 3 liters, so I don't even have to go get any tomorrow morning probably. And yeah, nice that I'm in a shelter. It's supposed to rain tonight, so I will be curious to know how much snow gets melted. Because again, it's also heating up. So I just checked my backpack thermometer. Can you see that? It's 36, but it's supposed to get up to 52 tonight. So the temp's skyrocketing, and it's gonna rain. So we might get some good snow melt, and then it drops all temps tomorrow. Gets below freezing. We might hit this cool zone where the snowpack decreases and then it freezes, so it gets really consolidated, freezes, and then I'm just cruising. I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much. I understand. It's just I'm gonna be in Postal Central again, especially after I get over Moose Locky. I'm Postal Central here to the road crossing, and then it's 9 miles for the Moose Lock section, which I think is gonna be packed down, and then after that I'm in no man's land. There's some 3,000 footers that I highly doubt people have packed down trail enough on those for me to stay on top, especially as it heats up. So we'll be postaling again, but yeah, not really gonna think about that. Just I'll deal with it when I get to it. All right, I'm gonna make mac and cheese, and I packed way too much food for this section, so I'm just gonna freaking destroy food right now and just get fat and happy. Ooh, what a cool view! I feel like it's been forever since I stayed at a shelter. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, but I gotta get my shelter system back together. I've divided the area, the shelter into multiple areas. I just sweeped out the area closest to you, and that's my clean area. And so then I unpack my bag on the far side, so any schmutz from the bag don't get into my clean sleeping area. And now I'll take and unpack everything in my bag and move it slowly over to the clean sleeping area. It's a very tactical procedure. We got tidbits up and drying because it's going to get so warm tonight. And it is 5:31, and now after spring forward, I don't think it gets dark until 6:37. I got all day just to chill in here. Ooh, got another jacket put on. Why not? Let's get toasty. And now, got food items, rain pants, tent, which can be used as a sleeping bag. My synthetic quilt, which I'll probably use this as a pillow tonight. Because I'm not going to use it. It's going to be so hot out tonight. My ditty bag. Sleeping pad. Nice. And this is what we want. Food bag. This is what I've just been craving all day, dude. Why would you be such an idiot and put all your goodies in the food bag, dude? I got goldfish and sun chips, and they've just been talking to me all day. Eat me, eat me. But they've just been locked in the bag. They've been in bag purgatory. I haven't been able to get at them. Well, right, dude. I'm in a fucking weird mood right now, dude. I'm just happy that I didn't get rained on too much tonight. That I made it over Kinsman's. That's gonna be hot and rainy tonight and melt more snow. And then I just have to go over Moose Locky
And then I can send home my fucking heavy ass not microspec, I'll keep those. My heavy ass fucking crampons, my stupid ice axe, all that shit's going home. I haven't even had caffeine today. I had 1 cup of caffeine before I left the notch. No caffeine pills. So I'm just like cruising on good vibes. You know what it is? I finally decided to break the seal. And when I was hiking up Kinsman, I downloaded, I always save up. I will not allow myself to listen to backpacker radio unless I'm hiking. I save all those for hiking. And I just broke the seal today and downloaded a bunch of them. So dude, I just been like listening to the peeps and backpacker radio all day. I think that just put me in a good mood. Okay. I'm just going to keep on being weird. So, I'm not going to film it anymore. I don't want that out there. But, peace.